For decades, a stock iron-sighted Glock 22 was the definitive standard for a duty pistol on the hip of every LEO in every state in the Union. But in modern times, configurations look a little more like this Ruger RXM. Today, we're putting two generations head-to-head for a practical range evaluation. Folks, we're going to look at modern red dots, weapon lights, and whether they really change the handling and sight tracking compared to this 90s classic. It's going down, folks. Stay tuned. Citizens, scholars, and friendly knights everywhere, Tac Nerd is here on the scene. Folks, let's get right to the point. To get a clean baseline for our review today, we're going to start off with this classic Gen 3 Glock 22. This particular pistol is an old LEO trade-in from Puerto Rico, representing a platform that was the definitive standard on the hip of just about every law enforcement officer from the late 80s well into the 2000s. As you can see, it is completely factory standard, no rail accessories, standard iron sights, and chambered in the traditional 40 Smith Wesson. We're evaluating this bare bones configuration first to see exactly how a classic duty setup performs on paper before we look at our more modern options. Again, this is the Glock 22 40 caliber. All right, let's take a look and see how we did. All right, so here's our target and a little low to the left, which for me is pretty common. For my old eyes, that's not too bad. Got one little flyer down here, and yes, that's me, and yes, that is annoying. But other than that, I think that wasn't too bad. So let's switch over to the Ruger RXM and see how we do there. All right, folks, so we've got the Ruger RXM, 10 rounds loaded up. And this is just 115 grain round nose. Covered up our target the best I could. Let's see if this red dot and the added weight at the front really makes any kind of a difference. Okay, let's take a look. All right, so taking a look at our target, a little closer to the bullseye, but I have to say, still pretty much within that same area. And you can see this is kind of just that's just my aim with my poor eyes. But yeah, not a whole lot of difference, a little bit, even with that red dot. Now, I'm still getting used to shooting with a red dot, so I probably need a lot more practice with it. All right, listen, just after I stopped that tape, I found one other test I probably could do with this. I forgot, I actually do have a 9mm conversion barrel for this Glock 22. So I thought, maybe, does the caliber have anything to do with it? So I thought I would load up 10 rounds of the same ammo, literally the same magazine, fire them out of this Glock 22 with the 9mm barrel, see what that looks like. I have a feeling probably going to be pretty similar, but let's see. This is 9mm, 115 grain, full metal jacket out of the Glock 22 with a 9mm conversion barrel. So looks like pretty much exactly the same thing. A little bit better actually than the 40. I was a little closer to the target, but I have to say, I mean, you're talking about very, 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 very close. So yeah, even with a 9mm in the same sort of format. So folks, I don't know what you want to draw from that example. Is the modern firearm with all of the accoutrement, is this really better than anything we had 20 years ago, 30 years ago? Is it really better than anything we had 50 or even 100 years ago? I'm going to cut in some footage and show you down here of a Smith Wesson Model 1905. I was shooting at the same distance with wad cutters, and I got better accuracy even with that. You see how we do on our target. 105 years old today. One misfire. Very, very accurate. Very accurate. So I don't know, folks. You know, it's up to you to decide. I have to say, though, generally, I do feel I shoot this platform better. I think it is because of the grip angle. But is it that much better? I just don't know. But let's go back to the bench and we'll talk more about this there. All right, folks, back at the bench for a little wrap up. So interesting takeouts, interesting video I think we had to here today. Now, I'll put this right out there. I am not the best shot, of course. And as I said, I have terrible eyes. They've gotten worse as I've gotten older. But I think what we can see is that the results for both of these pistols were very, very similar. And I think if you take a look at that footage that I spliced in there of the Smith & Wesson Model 1905, you'll see, I thought that was very interesting that I seem to hit better with that one than both of these modern pistols, actually. Again, better is subjective, but either way, you know, I think it's, no matter how I shoot, it's still a pretty much a level playing field. You know, we're putting them up against each other with me. So, you know, it still says something. Now, I guess the only thing you could say in the defense of this Ruger is that I'm still getting used to red dot sights. So, you know, that's something there, of course. And maybe as I transition better with that, now I can see that easier. So that is something. And as I get better with that, that's probably going to help me out quite a bit. But I think just as a one off and a standard, you know, a standard comparison, I think it's pretty evident that there really is not a whole lot of difference. You know, at a defensive distance, you know, when you're right there, few rounds, it really doesn't even seem to matter if the gun is like 100 years old versus, you know, a few decades, and versus newer with stuff on it, with accessories. So, you know, take that for what evidence you will. I still do, in the end, as I said before, I still do think that I shoot this one better. I have tested that out before in previous videos, but at the same point, I don't think there's that much difference. We'll say that much. So, and is it worth it to have more stuff on your pistol? You know, is there any chance of this getting caught up anywhere? You know, and things can fail as well. So yeah, so I think that was a very interesting finding. Now, that all being said, as far as which pistol I would get, I still think that the Ruger RXM still is the choice to make. if I was needing a defensive pistol and I was going to go for something right now and I didn't have a lot of funds, standard working man looking to protect his family, which of these would I get? Either is good. Either is a good choice, but I think I still probably would go with the RXM because you can generally find these for, you know, 350 quatlus or something like that. Now, the other thing to think of for the Glocks is there is a host of these available as LEO trade-ins. That's an interesting option in and of itself because yes, these are both proven standards, proven duty standards configurations, and you can get one of these as an LEO trade-in pretty much for the same price as you can get for one of these new. Now, I still think you have more options with this one, but either is going to serve you well. I think that is the message that we want to stand with today. Either is fine, giving up both against each other. I think I would still go with this one. You're still future proofing yourself some with the sights, with the slide cut, and with the ability to move between frames. I think that's important as well, especially if you are not a person of means and you may need a compact size or even a subcompact size pistol for some reason. That way you're going to be able to do that and not have to get an entirely another pistol. So anyways, folks, that was a little interesting test that I could bring to you today. Let me know what you think. I'm going to leave a pinned comment down below. If you've gotten this far in the video, let me know down below in that pinned comment which one of these would you choose if you only had the ability to get one? Which would you go for? Do you have either of these, and what are your feelings? Is there really any necessarily need for accessories on a pistol? Folks, that is all I have for you today. I want to thank you for joining me here. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're on a mobile device and you see that hype button, hit that hype button and hit the bell notification to make sure you know when all of our videos drop. Folks, this is Tac Nerd 1.0, and I am out of here.